Welcome to Webinar Wednesday. Today we're going to look at how you as a CFO will be able to work with the Power Platform list of products to pull data from your accounting systems, be it GP or Business Central. Today we're going to look at Power BI dashboards, Power Apps, and how to pull data from GP, Power Automate and getting the notifications from the ERP system, and working with Excel dashboards to review the historical inventory report. Let's get started. As a CFO, you want to make business decisions based on real-time data. What better way to do that than pulling data from your Dynamics GP system using a Power BI dashboard? Today we're going to look at pulling information from Dynamics GP tables or views, viewing information while on the go from a mobile device, working with Power BI dashboard in Teams, and controlling which visuals show on your dashboard. Let's get started. So I've created this Power BI report to provide you as a CFO with different financial metrics. I'll start off by looking at the balance sheet. So I have a balance sheet here that I've created, and it's a matrix visual. I have the income statement at a high level. I have open AR balances, open AP balances, what makes up that open AP. I also have the current cash balance. I have a ratio here, current ratio. And I also have this visual which shows net income and then the budget amount of net income for the period. So in a gauge visual. And then I also have the top 5 selling items, top 5 customers, top 5 vendors broken out with a donut chart for each case here. So this is a Power BI report that I've created. Now let's switch over to see what this would look like in a dashboard versus just the Power BI report. So here's the Power BI report in a dashboard view. So this is what it would look like on a mobile device, so we can actually preview that. So I have balance sheet, income statement, cash balance, each one of these particular charts here. This is what it would look like, and if I could switch from phone view back to web view, this is what the report looks like as a balance sheet income statement. So each one of these boxes is broken out into a dashboard, and I can pin and unpin different visuals from my report to show within a dashboard, or create different types of dashboards if I wanted to from this. Other thing I can do is work with Power BI dashboards within Microsoft Teams. So open up Microsoft Teams here. As you can see, I have that same dashboard or same report I was looking at. And now I've added some comments within the Microsoft team that I'm in here that I can mention someone to look at a particular value or interact with it. So I'm working within a different Microsoft product, but I'm working with the Power BI report that I've built or dashboard. One other thing to be aware of is for me to be able to pull values from Dynamics GP as an example, I would need to install the Power BI gateway or data gateway to be able to pull the values from my on-prem system into my cloud-based system, or manually refresh the data, which I can also do, but most of the time you'd want to work with the gateway. In doing that, I could create my own views within my SQL server to pull some of these reports back. Obviously, this is just a very high level overview of your financial metrics. Doesn't provide that detail for an income statement or balance sheet that you would get with Management Reporter, but it does allow you to quickly view your results for a particular period of time. If you'd like to learn more about working with Power BI and GP data, please contact Profit by visiting us at our webpage, www.profit.ca. Thank you. As a CFO, being able to make business decisions based on ERP data is important. One way we can do that without actually using a GP license is to use a Power App. Today we're going to look at inventory related data and financial related data such as deposits and related cash receipts. Let's get started with a demo. So the first app we're going to look at is a deposits app that I've built. It's pulling deposit information back from Dynamics GP. I have 3 deposits here that are in the system. This app allows me to search for based on a deposit number or date. It also has a sort feature, so I can sort this differently if I'd like to. I can also drill into one of these deposits. So let's drill into this $40,000 deposit. And now I can see the receipt detail, so the payment detail that makes up different payments that make up that deposit. I can go back. So as you can see, as a CFO or controller, I can definitely get information from GP without using a GP license in an app that I've built. And here is the search capability, just so you can see that that's working. Let's look at another app now. This other app that I've built is a quantity available app. So this app allows me to search based on an inventory item and actually see the quantity available of that item. So for example, I could search again, 33-inch monitor. I can actually drill in and see the details. So I can see item number, quantity on hand, quantity allocated, and quantity available. So once again, this app allows me to pull back information from GP without using a GP license. I'm currently looking at this app in a browser, but there are many different ways where you can work with these apps. So one method would be using a mobile device. So I could be out of the office as an example and actually looking at this data. Another option, which I will show you shortly, is using Teams and embedding this on a page within Teams. So I'm in Microsoft Teams and I've pinned this specific app, our deposits app, as a app within toolbar at the top here. So I just went to add app. I can search for Power Apps, and then I selected the app that I wanted to add into the channel, and then it added it at the top here. So I just close that off. As you can see, I can still work within Teams with the app. I can do a search, so you can look for deposit 10 again. I can drill into it. Works exactly like if I was working in the browser or on a mobile device. As an end user, to be able to pull data or push data back to GP, I actually need to install something called the Data Gateway. It's basically a bridge that sits on the server, meaning it's a piece of software that allows communication between your SQL database and obviously your cloud app, which is your Power App. Also works with Power BI or Power Automate are the other applications that the Data Gateway would work with. If you'd like to learn more about working with Power Apps and getting the gateway set up in your environment, please contact Profit by visiting us at www.profit.ca. Thank you.
Do you do something at your job that doesn't require much thought, but has to get done and takes up a lot of your time? We all do this, and we all know there's got to be a better way. Power Automate can help by creating flows which trigger on set conditions and can call one or more actions. As a CFO, you might want to know when a cash account goes above the threshold, when a customer hits 90 days, or when your sales reps meet their quotas. The trigger is when something will happen, the action is what that something is. Let me show you the flow I created for the cash account example. If it's the change in the GL that applies to the checking account and the account is over $2,000, I want to send the CFO an email. So you can see there's no emails right now. Go to Business Central, and here's the checking account at 1638. Now you're probably wondering how I get access to this data. I set up some web services that will get the account number from the GL, and then we'll get the balance from the account number. You can see it's 1638. Now I'm just going to make a little journal entry here to get this going. Choose General. Our cash account, maybe $500 just to get it over 2,000, and we'll just debit another account. Post, and if I go back to the web services, this should update to just over $2,000. There you go. Now I'm going to show you the flow here. So there's some couple connectors here. We have the Business Central one, which is the trigger. This will be watching the GL. Then we have the Office 365 Outlook, and that's going to send our email. I made a custom one called VC Accounts here. That's under Data and Custom Connectors. This is going to look at our web APIs. Now I'll click Edit, and it should pull up a bit of a flowchart. And the first thing you're going to see is the trigger. When a record changes in the GL, follow these actions. We can just expand this. This is our custom one. This is getting the account number for the row entry in the GL. Go for the next action. This is some logic. It's going to compare that account number to what we think is the cash account. If it's yes, we're going to follow these actions. Otherwise, we're going to go no, which is nothing. So the next one will be yes. And it's going to look for the balance for that cash account. This is also our custom connector. It's going to do a little bit more logic. Now if the balance is over $2,000, follow this one, which is send an email. Otherwise, don't do anything. And if I go back over to the email, you can see I got my warning because I'm now over $2,000. Power Automate is what's known as a low-code, no-code solution. It is meant to empower everyday workers with little to no development experience. If you're a more seasoned developer like myself, you can see how easy it was for me to take my Business Central knowledge and manipulate it in a flow. Thanks for taking the time to watch today. If you'd like to learn more about how to automate your day-to-day tasks with Power Automate, contact us here at Profit.
Inventory managers. Have you ever wanted to interact with your Dynamics GP historical inventory reports in a spreadsheet? But exporting to a CSV resulted in an illegible mess. Over the years, we heard this sentiment repeated by multiple clients and decided to help them out with a refreshable Excel historical stock status report. Our Excel report has all the same options and filters available as GP's historical stock status, but allows us to include custom fields that are not available by modifying the GP report. The report pulls current item quantities and all inventory transactions back to the as-of date directly into the spreadsheet. There you can analyze your data with the convenient, familiar Excel functionality without taking up a GP seat rerunning the report with different filters. Let's jump into a test environment and take a look. The Excel report executes a customized stored procedure, feeding the necessary parameters into SQL, and inserting the results to a specified worksheet. These parameters are the same options and restrictions available inside GP, but we set the connection up to use default values for most of them, keeping our list of parameters concise. Whenever a parameter is changed, the data refreshes. Allowing you to pull reports with ease. The pulled data includes a header record for the current values per item and site, and transaction details going back to the configured as-of date. Summing the quantities and extended costs gets your historical values on the as-of date. Pivoting the transaction details gives us summarized data that matches the values generated by GP. If you too would like your historical inventory report in a spreadsheet, please reach out to gpsupport@profit.ca today. Thank you and goodbye.